こんにちは、Japanese AmoのMisa です。Hi guys, this video is actually my third try. I've actually done this video already twice and failed to save twice. But you know what they say, third time lucky. And in Japanese we say 3度目の正直。一度、二度、三度。That's how we say once, two times, three times. 一度、二度、三度. So 度 is the counter for times. More informally and more commonly we say 一回、二回、三回. I don't want this lesson to be about the counters, but if you put め after the counter, which is 回 or 度, 一回目, for example, means first time. So 一回 one time, once. 一回目 first time. Or 一度 one time, once. 一度目 first time. And then 三度目 is third time. And 正直な means honest. It was often used when gambling and stuff. The first time and second time not honest, so kind of like not right. But third time should be right, so third time you can probably win it. But anyways, the literal translation is a bit weird, but just remember 三度目の正直 is third time lucky. So I really hope this is gonna go well, and if it does and I upload the video, then please give me a thumbs up. It was 20-minute long video and I've done twice, so I've wasted 14 minutes of my life, so yeah. Anyway, today we are going to learn how to make the past tense for the informal speech. So we've done the past tense for the formal speech, which we use ました. For example, 食べる becomes 食べます in mas form, and 食べます means I eat or I will eat, right? And if you want to make the past tense, you say 食べました. So you change mas into ました. If you don't remember how to make mas form, watch my previous videos because I've explained them many times. To get the past tense for the informal speech, all you need to do is make the form first and then change te into ta. So for example, the te form for 食べる is 食べて, right? Because for the irer ending, you change ru into te. And you change te into ta. So 食べて eat becomes 食べた, 食べた. And that's how you say I ate informally. Pretty easy, I think, if you've already learned how to make te form. So you now see how important te form is, because you can make a request form and also present continuous doing something like ています, ている, right? And also the past tense for informal speech. There are actually many more usages of te form. So if you haven't nailed te form, go back to my previous videos and review them again. I think there is an earthquake. 地震. Anyway, so change te into ta or de into ta. Do you remember verbs that have mu, bu, nu, and gu would have de instead of te? For example, to read, how do you say it? 読む. And if you want to say please read, then you say 読んで, right? You change 読んで into 読んだ, I read, the past tense. Or to drink, 飲む becomes 飲んで. So that's drink, right? And then here you say I drunk, then you say 飲んだ, 飲んだ. Or ぐ ending, for example, to swim. 泳ぐ becomes 泳いで, right? And then 泳いで becomes 泳いだ, I swam. For the irer ending verbs, you can just go from る to た for the past tense. So 食べる, 食べた, I ate. So for example, I ate an onigiri this morning for my breakfast. Onigiri is, by the way, a rice ball. If you've never seen it, there is stuff in it. 美味しい. So first I ate onigiri. Formally, you'd say おにぎりを食べました. Right? 食べました. But if you want to say that to your friends or your family, then you'd have to speak more informally than that. So you'd say おにぎりを食べた. And then the good news is that you can omit the o particle and say おにぎり食べた. So that's much shorter than おにぎりを食べました. おにぎり食べた. Whenever you want to tell your friends what you ate, you can just say food 食べた. So if I want to ask what did you eat formally, I would have to make a long sentence. What or ate, right? You remember how we say what? 何? So 何を食べましたか? I would even have to put the ka particle at the end for the question. It's めんどくさい. It's a bit of pain to do that. It's not really, but it's kind of long. But in informal speech, you can just say 何食べた? 何食べた? So I want to ask you guys 何食べた? And then you can leave a comment saying ピザ食べた? ラーメン食べた? And then if you want to say I ate this for breakfast, lunch, dinner, then you'd say 朝ごはんは something を食べました formally. Or 朝ごはんは something 食べた. Or you could even omit the what particle as well and say 朝ごはん, maybe put the 点, the comma, something 食べた. So for me, I would say 朝ごはんおにぎり食べた. And then for lunch, 昼ごはんは something 食べた. For dinner, 晩ごはんは something 食べた. I'm looking forward to seeing what you ate today or yesterday. So now we know that we can omit the o particle for sure, but there are some cases that you can't omit particles. For example, the de particle, you shouldn't omit it. So the de particle is used to indicate the place, right? If you want to make a sentence like I ate dinner at the restaurant. So you want to say at the restaurant. You'd say レストランで, レストランで. So when indicating the place, you shouldn't omit the de particle. So you'd say レストランで晩ご飯を食べた or レストランで晩ご飯食べた. So you can omit the o particle but not the de particle. Okay, more example. To watch. How do you say it? 見る. And then look would be 見て, right? And then you change te into ta. So 見た is how we say I watched, I saw, I looked. So if you want to say I watched anime, can you try it? アニメを見た or アニメ見た. So again, formal speech, you'd say アニメを見ました. Informally, アニメ見た. Super short, 短い. What about I saw a movie informally? 映画を見た or 映画見た. So you might wonder which is more common, with the particle or without. When I talk to my friends, I always omit the o particle. So I'd say 映画見た. When you watch an anime and then don't hear the o particle, then you already know why. So if you want to, for example, say, did you already watch? Already, we say もう. You can say もう something 見た. So you can put the name of a new movie and say もう blah blah 見た. So I know Zootopia is not really new, but I really enjoyed it. So I would ask もう Zootopia 見た? If you want to say yeah, you can say right? So informal way of saying yes is instead of hi. I got a few comments saying, do men also use They do. So it might sound feminine because I'm saying it, but I can try saying it like a man. I can't do it, but if you watch an anime shows, you hear guys saying as well. Really, it doesn't sound girly or anything. Just remember that you can only use it when talking to friends. Another way of saying yeah that you might hear in anime is ah. So that's what anime guys use, ah. But personally, I've never heard any of my guy friends saying ah. First, it sounds quite arrogant, rude. Maybe old people use it when they want to sound rough, but normally guys use more practice. For example, there is a verb akiru, which means to get tired of, to get bored of, because you've done it so many times. To get tired of, to get bored of something, we say something ni akiru. I got bored of this game. How do you say this game? このゲーム. So if you want to say I got tired of, then you change 飽きる into 飽きた. So このゲームに飽きた. I got bored of this game because I've played so many times. And then this ni particle, you can omit it. Sometimes ni particle cannot be omitted, but this case you can. So you can say このゲーム飽きた. This is a lot more natural when you're talking informally. このゲーム飽きた. If you got tired of the music that you've listened 100,000 times, you can say この曲飽きた. So we have two words to say a song. One of them is 歌, like 歌う, to sing, and also 曲. Kyoku is actually more like a piece of music. So it can be classic music, right? So it doesn't have to be someone singing. But kyoku is actually more often used than uta, even when referring to actual songs where people sing. So you can say この歌飽きた, but I personally would say この曲飽きた, and this sounds more natural. Okay, more examples. How do you say to buy? 買う. The te form of 買う is, do you remember? It has u at the end, so you change u into small tsu and te. So 買う becomes 買って, 買って. So if you want to say I bought, you'd say 買った, 買った. So I bought a new car, for example. Do you remember how we say new? 新しい, 新しい, and then car, 車, 車. So 新しい車 is how we say new car. So I bought a new car. 新しい車を買った, or 新しい車買った without the o particle. And then if you want to say, I bought a new car recently, or yesterday, or today, you can put those words at the beginning. So today we say 今日, right? So 今日新しい車買った. Yesterday, 昨日新しい車買った. Recently, 最近新しい車買った. Another word to wait, 待つ. So to ending also conjugates like う ending. So the te form is 待って. Wait, 待って, right? Waited, the past tense. 待った, 待った. Whenever you meet up your friends, you set a place to meet, right? And then you turn up, and then your friend is already there. You'd always ask, 待った? Did you wait? 待った? Even if you weren't late, like you were supposed to meet at 3 o'clock and you turn up at 3, but the person is already there, you'd still ask 待った? I wonder if you do that in the US, because the culture is quite different, but we would say 待った? And then the other person probably usually say 全然, like not at all. So yeah, if you meet up your Japanese friends, make sure you won't be late. But even if you're not late, you see the person, you say 待った? And then yeah. How about to get on transportation? Do you remember? 乗る, 乗る. let's go straight into the past tense. 乗った乗った So you can, for example, say 日本で新幹線に乗った。日本で新幹線に乗った。Maybe you've realized, but I cut my finger. To cut is an exception. Do you remember? 切る切る切る has an iru ending, but we still conjugate like other ru endings. So 切る becomes 切って and then 切った cut, the past tense. So finger, we say 指指 So 指を切った is I cut my finger. 指を切った。痛かった。Actually, まだ痛い. It still hurts. Another exception is to go home, to return home. Do you remember? 帰る帰る I went home would be 帰った帰った Misa went back to Japan would be ミサは日本に帰った。ミサは日本に帰った。About to hang out. 遊ぶ Right, so bu ending, do you remember how we conjugate mu, bu, nu endings into te form? We change them into nde, right, nde. So 遊ぶ becomes 遊んで遊んで So the past tense would be 遊んだ遊んだ I hung out with my friends. It would be 友達と遊んだ Right? 友達と遊んだ About to walk 歩く歩く So it has got く ending. Do you remember? Like 書く You change く into いて Right? So the past tense would be いた So for example, wrote would be 書いた書く書いた So 歩く becomes 歩いた歩いた walked. Whenever you want to say I walked to somewhere, you'd have to say まで歩く So if you want to say I walked to the station, 駅 is the station, so 駅まで歩いた駅まで歩いた To walk is 歩く but it's almost like how you went. But you just took a walk. Then you'd use the verb 散歩する So 散歩する has got する at the end. So する becomes して for the te form and した for the past tense. So did したした I took a walk would be 散歩した散歩した So if you want to say I studied Japanese, then can you try? 日本語を勉強した日本語を勉強した Okay, so this is the end of this lesson. And if you enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. I'll try uploading more and more videos. And every time I see new comments, I get so excited. Maybe I don't reply to all of them, but I read all the comments. So yeah, please leave a comment. じゃあまたね